From the beautiful White Mountains in northern New Hampshire, we got 70 world-class competitors with axes flying and chains throwing. It's time for you to bow to the athletes on Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks is sponsored by Echo, professional quality, ask any pro. Crown, protect, maintain, save. Bodog, be a player. Red Pine Wilderness Lodge, simply unreal fishing.
What a spectacular setting. We're on the grounds of the Grand Balsam Resort in Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. It's actually northern New Hampshire, a great place for a family vacation, and this week's stop for a lumberjack competition. Hi, I'm Bill Deba with my co-host Rod Cumberland, Lumberjack Sport Analyst. What a great show we're looking forward to this week.
Well, you bet, Bill. Over 70 competitors here vying for just under $8,000 in prize money. 13 events run in about 6 hours. Jerry Ginger's done a great job along with the staff here at the Balsams, putting together a great lumberjack show.
Now this week we're featuring the bow saw and the hot saw. We know about the hot saw. It's fast, it's furious, it's loud, it's a crowd favorite. But the bow saw has got something special going on to attract all these world-class competitors.
You bet. They're paying out over $1,000 to the first place finisher in the bow saw event, and it's drawn the likes of J.P. Mercier and Don Lambert, who manufacture bow saws in Quebec, and they're actually down here to run them.
Now we got a world-class field of choppers as well. Not just the bow saw, the choppers are here, and the springboard chopper showing this week.
Oh, you bet. Great event. Everybody that watches that on TV, we call it the Lumberjack tree surfing. You've seen it. It's exciting. It's fast. We've got the best in Northeast North America going head-to-head.
What a spectacular area. Dixville Notch, New Hampshire, northern New Hampshire, just a half hour south of the Quebec border. Great place to come, summer or winter, for a vacation. Just before the show got started, we had a chance to talk to the manager of the Wilderness Ski Area, Bob Weber, about the Wounded Warriors Project.
Well, the Wounded Warrior Project is a organization. They're based in Jacksonville, Florida, and they support veterans that are returning from Iraq and Afghanistan who have serious injuries, amputations, and are function with prosthetics. They support moral support, mental support. They have some functions, some different sports and stuff that these guys who were athletes before they went to war can participate in. They also have a backpack program that gives these guys, when they're coming back from Afghanistan or Iraq, that gives them some of the stuff they'll need to get by back here in the States. We're donating part of the proceeds to the Wounded Warrior Project. We're happy to do it. We're going to have a lot of servicemen here. A Marine Color Guard to start the festivities in the morning, and we're glad to have them.
Great job by Bob Weber putting on this competition with Jerry Gingras and his wife Katie. We're going to get started with the open modified saw. We mentioned at the top of the show a lot of world-class competitors. We're going to get things started with a couple of Quebecers. Bertrand taking on Mercier.
That's right. Simon Bertrand actually modifies a lot of these saws, builds them himself, files chains. He's really a technician when it comes to the modified saw events.
Well, in his first heat, we got 18 inches round of white pine, 3 cuts, the standard 6 inches. Both guys are into the wood. Bertrand a little bit ahead at this point. Simon Bertrand wins the first heat in a 5.07. Great time.
That's right. Simon Bertrand, he's a real technical wizard when it comes to the hot saw event. Watch his cut, though. Very interesting. Makes a beautiful first cut. If you watch here, when the cookie comes off, you'll see that dirt thrown up from the ground. His tip actually hits the ground. It's amazing. The chain didn't come off in that event. Okay, Paul, I see you're playing with your hot saw here. You want to explain what you're doing with it right now?
Well, after each contest, I loosen the chain up really good so it doesn't affect the chain, like make it stretch and go crooked on me. So each time I come to a new show, I have to retighten the chain. So
when you retighten it, how tight do you actually want that chain on your bar, Paul?
It's going to be pretty singing tight, because when you're making the race and doing a set, you don't want it to come up out of the bar.
Right on. What'll that do when you're racing? If that comes out of your groove here, what's going to happen to that chain?
Well, I'm going to be all right as long as I strike the next cut straight. But if I don't, it's going to go flying into who knows where.
Paul Woodland from Benton, New Brunswick, a great story, taking on Gaston Duperre, many-time world champion. Right now is Simon Bertrand leading the way with a 5.07. Both these guys with a flawless time can get under 5 seconds.
That's right. They both hold world records throughout North America, and they're wicked fast to the wood. Both real good technicians when it comes to hot saw.
Gaston went to the wood. Paul behind him at this point. Gaston Duperre with an incredible 4.47 in that. Paul Woodland right behind them with a 4.99. Both these guys come in under 5 seconds. How do these guys do it time after time? And you know, Gaston, he just goes with reckless abandon.
Watch this whole event. He is picture perfect. He makes his step over after that first cut, so he doesn't have to move for the last 2 cuts, putting lots of weight on it. That's just a beautiful hot saw.
18 inches round of white pine. How'd you like those guys cutting your firewood? 4.47 is going to be a tough time to beat. But we mentioned the term world class. Again, all these guys are world class. Jerry Gingras can take it down. Melvin Lenz, king of Lumberjack Sports, he can take it down as well.
Jerry is obviously, he sells saws. He loves running hot saws. See how fast he is with the wood here.
Melvin struggling in his upcut there. Jerry struggling at the very end. Looks like Jerry saw can't stall out. Melvin throws a chain.
Unbelievable problems in this heat. Jerry Gingras finally gets his cut off. Too bad that saw hadn't ran because he would have had a really competitive time.
Well, Jerry Gingras, world-class sawyer, comes in with a 12.85. He's got to be disappointed with that. What happened to Melvin here?
Watch the chain saws. You're doing your upcut, of course, the chain is pushing you away from the wood. Mel takes a step back. He's actually unstable on his feet. Chain comes off the top of the cut. He's out of the running.
Well, too bad for Melvin Lenz. That's for sure. Taking a DQ. Jerry's got to be disappointed with his 12.85. We got 1 heat to go. Still a time to beat is Gaston Duperre with a 4.47. These 2 guys, I'm betting can be under 5 seconds as well. Donald Lambert taking on big Moyle Conrad, and he's such a big guy. The saw looks small.
Actually, he treats the saw. It almost looks like when he's running the hot saw, it looks like a toy in his hands. And you watch the pressure he puts on it. As soon as they say go, look at that. Moyle's off and running. Just
hammers it in there. Struggles at the end, though. Both guys a little bit over 5 seconds. Gaston Duperre is going to win the hot saw with a 4.47. Donald, pretty good.
nice cut, actually. A little bit of time getting into the wood. Makes 3 beautiful cuts, but just not enough to catch Gaston. He's on the top of his game here today, and it's pretty hard to catch.
Gaston, we had a lot of hot saws here today. A lot of good competition, but you're the champion in the hot saw.
Yeah.
What makes you so fast?
Usually, I release the throttle when I switch. But today I went inside my head to keep the throttle to break a world record. I don't know if it's a world record, but it's close, for sure.
Well, we weren't kidding around. We talked about some good sawyers here today. Look at that, all 5 in the leaderboard. Below 5.5 seconds, 18 inches round of white pine. Gaston winning it.